We're closing in on 6 months since the official reveal for Red Dead Redemption 2. Yeah, it's been that long. And since then, we've heard nothing from Rockstar Games besides the continuous Grand Theft Auto Online updates, and to be honest, I really am ready for them to move on from that. Either way, we are now entering into April. Based on my recent Twitter poll, a lot of you outlaws believe this has to be the month Rockstar reveals something new. But anyway, gang, today we'll also be discussing some of the latest news and where and what is happening with our most anticipated game. But today, I am announcing my own Red Dead Redemption 2 giveaway. There will be a link in the description too with a lot more information, but I am planning on giving away a couple of copies to my fellow outlaws and subscribers, so make sure to go check that out and enter. Nonetheless, to our first news topic of the day we have is that Windows Central, an insider website for everything Microsoft related, recently acquired some marketing material for the upcoming Project Scorpio. What was found were some of the games that would be showcasing and utilizing the stunning 4K quality. This includes Forza 7, Crackdown 3, State of Decay 2, Call of Duty World War 2, Star Wars Battlefront 2, and Red Dead Redemption 2. A lot of twos. So essentially, Rockstar Games should be showcasing the true power that their Rage engine now has with Red Dead Redemption 2, and that honestly should be exciting news for other future Rockstar titles as well. But some other interesting reports that have come about Project Scorpio is that it will be 4.5 times faster than the current Xbox One, it will support 4K Blu-ray, and have high fidelity virtual reality. So maybe later this year, some of us will be able to enjoy Red Dead Redemption 2 with virtual reality in some sorts. But I do want to add that with Sony having a deal with Rockstar for exclusive timed online content, could Microsoft have one as well, maybe just for marketing? If RDR2 is supposed to be a game that will be showed off utilizing the power of Project Scorpio, it could honestly pop up at their E3 conference showing off the beautiful Western setting, maybe even beforehand if it gets announced sooner. But next we have is that the IMDB page for RDR2 has been updated again, adding Grand Theft Auto 5's co-director Eric Blumbyx as a co-director for RDR2 and Javier Rodriguez McPherson as the composer. But I will say Eric being involved does make sense as he did work on Red Dead Revolver and Redemption. But McPherson being the composer seems a bit less likely based on some of his music, so I'm not really sure what to make of this right now except to be skeptical. But moving right along, you remember how I mentioned we keep getting these supposed leaked release dates? Well, here's another one. A big Polish retailer reported RDR2 will release on October 3rd and claimed that Rockstar confirmed this date to them, but later retracted that claim and moved the date back to the end of the year as a placeholder date, going along with all the other big retailers. Honestly, it's a very weird situation, mainly because they claim this date was confirmed, but my only question would be why would they get a release date ahead of all these other retailers? Just doesn't make much sense to me, but I think most of us by now believe RDR2 will release in late September or early October, so this isn't much of a surprise. But now I want to switch this video in a different direction to where is Red Dead Redemption 2 and why is Rockstar waiting so long to give us new details? This actually goes back to the pre-release of Grand Theft Auto 5 when the Newswire included user comments, in which they were asked repeatedly and abusively, why aren't you giving us new information? And they simply replied they would give new details when they are ready. We're probably now 6 months before the supposed release window, and everyone is right, news has to come soon. I've seen a lot of people saying they believe Rockstar will only show up at E3 next, but personally I think we have to get a second trailer sometime this month with an actual release date, or maybe even a Game Informer issue giving us all kinds of new details and screenshots, although a lot of us expected that to be in March, but this would be about the right time as the next issue after this one is probably going to be on E3 2017. But again, I think most of us are thinking Rockstar will do it on their Newswire, and plus the next Game Informer issue could be on Middle-earth Shadow of War or Destiny 2 even. We've known for some time now that this game began development as far back as 2012, and that the online voice acting and motion capture began being worked on in the middle of 2015, which has led myself and a lot of others to believe that this game should be about finished and being polished at this point. Again, we don't know how smooth this development has gone, because you know Rockstar has a reputation of not exactly having the best development cycles, but voice acting usually is one of the last parts to be done for a game, and that at least appears to have started in 2015, so the argument of this game has to be delayed till 2018 shouldn't be valid to at least after E3. Although one huge thing to consider is that Take-Two, the parent company of Rockstar, should have their next investor call in the middle of May, and you have to think that Take-Two doesn't want to have to explain once again to their investors why the biggest game of the year hasn't received any new details or a trailer. But lastly, I do want to share something extremely interesting that was found recently from a former Rockstar artist, and that is early alpha images of Red Dead Redemption. Some of the biggest differences that are seen is an armored stagecoach, a boat that may have been usable, a more cartoony heads-up display, and even a drivable vehicle. Honestly, it's a very interesting road that this game took during development. Also found recently was some of the original logo designs for Red Dead Redemption, and I have to say I'm glad we have this one. Anyway gang, thank you for watching, and make sure to smack that like button if you did enjoy this video or found any informative value, and let me know down in the comment section below your thoughts on the topics we discussed today. Also, if you haven't already, make sure to check some of the recent videos of mine that are on the screen right now, and remember, outlaws to the end.